Well, Rabbi, another week has gone by, and here you and I are again looking for words of hope and wisdom to share with our followers. And it's getting hard. It seems like no matter where you turn, what you try to think of, no matter how hard we try to be positive, reality just sucks.
The expression in Yiddish is gornisht helfen or garnished helfen, depending on whether you're a Litvak or a Russischer. And what that's saying is there is no hope. Nothing will help. You're on the Titanic. You might as well just wave bye-bye. And so you're absolutely right. And everywhere I turn, I'm inundated. And even my own thoughts, it's really getting harder and harder. But I had an idea from an old TV show that I think that they've resurrected it. I think is MacGyver back on again?
I think they've tried to revive it. I don't know. There are now so many television channels. I've given up on that, trying to find things.
Well, the attraction of MacGyver was the situation appeared hopeless. He didn't have the necessary tools to solve the problem, to release the people, to stop the bomb. He looked around at what he had and he said, "Oh, look, I have a paperclip. Oh, look, you have a hairpin. Oh, look, I have a button." And he would come up with a solution with common or uncommon. When the objects weren't common or uncommon, they were the objects around him. He would look around and say, "We need to solve the problem. I don't have the tools. Let me look around and see what's available." Joe, that's what we need to do to deal with all the sirens that are causing us to crash, all the lures out there, all the pictures. Is that picture real? Can't tell anymore. Is that newscast or is it entertainment? We're so befuddled by everything that we throw up our hands, garnished helping, garnished helping. And I propose a MacGyver solution. Each of us to look around and see how can I deal with all the stuss that's going on around me. The reality is not all that it's cracked up to be. So I'm looking for an escape. The problem being most escapes are temporary and we don't look at the long term and we don't want to look at the long term. I just feel right now and I want to get out of this feeling immediately. And so I turn to the screen. We now need to stop turning to the screen and say, like MacGyver would say, what is around me that can help me deal with what's so upsetting about reality? We have to define it. We have to say, I'm upset because I don't know what news to believe. I'm upset because I don't know what images reflect reality. And so, what tools do I have around me rather than throwing up my hands and going to the screen and watching cats on vacuum cleaners make their way around the living room?
And you're not suggesting that there's a one simple solution to all of this, right?
See, I think that's the beauty of MacGyver. It wasn't any one solution. He looked around and said, what tools do I have for dealing with this situation? What tools do I have? They may be different than your tools. Going to church, going to temple, uh, going online. I'm not saying all screen is bad. What does each one of us have around us to help us deal with unpleasant reality?
Even just having a lunch or meeting with a friend. I know you and I meet like this all the time, but I find our lunches together, when we manage to do them, as one of the more memorable and enjoyable experiences of my life. So, what you're saying is we don't have to find a simple answer, and we don't have to find an answer that immediately fixes everything. We just have to stop, like MacGyver, the bomb from going off.
And each of us can do that by looking around, by saying, I'm not happy with what's going on, but rather than drugs, alcohol, gambling, rather than finding an addiction that works just temporarily, I'm going to look around and say, what is there available to me that maybe just unique to me that that will help me deal with what is?
And like the Poseidon venture, as long as you keep heading up, you're going in the right direction. Just don't quit no matter what happens. Well, thanks as always, Rabbi. I'm going to look for a button and a paperclip and see what I can do with things.
I'm reminded of the 23rd Psalm, Joe. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death. And you just said it. That's our key to the MacGyver solution is don't set up a double wide and a barbecue and have a tailgate party in the valley of the shadow of death. Just keep moving and keep trying and look around at what's going to help us get through these times.